If I were to play favorite scent or never have I ever, and let's see, this is my card. Um, this one would be the favorite scent. I would have to do P for petrichor, which is
Hi, everyone. It's me, Nikki, and I'm back with part two of Making the Game. And I'm very excited because in our last episode, we covered a lot of ground. In fact, we were able to complete one half of all of our milestones. So, luckily for us, this second and last portion should go a lot more quickly. But before we get into it, let's get a little bit of a recap. In our first episode, we spent a lot of time and thought choosing fonts, colors, and patterns, but now we have to choose products, design the layout, and approve the proofs. So we still have a lot of miles to cover in making the game. Well, now that we have our game designs look and feel all squared away, it's time for us to choose the products that we are going to use to create the physical game. When it comes to game design elements, the three things you should keep in mind are materials, cost, and user experience. So, I think this might mean that we're going to have to get a little bit hands on. If it's all right with you, let's go ahead and take a little quick detour field trip to the board game cafe. See you there. Let's get buckled up and headed out to the board game cafe. So these two are the standard size cards. This one is an oversized rectangle. I do love the round edges, and I kind of like that it's a different size than your standard playing card. This one is called a mat, and as you can see, it is a lot larger than the big rectangle. I think it might end up becoming unwieldy and a little bit hard to handle playing the game. So I don't know about that size, or even that shape really. I kind of want to get away from the standard rectangle shape. So, how about a circle? I do love the idea of a circle card. I feel like it's unique. I just don't know if it'll go with our design as much. This here is a slightly smaller version. Same ratio dimensions, I believe, as your poker card, but slightly smaller. I feel like it might have appeal in making it a little bit more portable. I just don't know if it'd be as easy to read. As for a shape, I love these hex cards, these hexagonal cards. I'm personally a big fan, and for our design, I really think it kind of might be the ticket because as you can see, it's got six sides. Honestly, that's perfect for our game design because we're trying to offer three color coded letters to go with each color coded prompt. And I feel like three options is better than two, so it might make our game a little bit more easy to play and a little bit more fun. So I don't know. I think hex cards might be my favorite personal pick. Now, this is a square, and I love a square shape. When you compare it to, your standard rectangle playing card shape, I really think that using a square can kind of make things a little bit different. This again is another square shape. Um, Now obviously they're not the same size, but I'm kind of loving the square and the hex. So let's see what we can come up with on that one. While Jen is downstairs in the bedroom getting ready, I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update. We are on the way to our secret HQ. Meet you there. All right, everybody, I'm here with our Jen, and we're actually going to go through and select the items that we're going to be using for our game. We've seen a little bit of the physical, examples and samples, but this is literally what this manufacturing company offers for us, and essentially we're going to be using them to create our prototype. So let's get into it. All right. So as you can see, Jen, here, we've got different kinds of sizes. And some of these actually do have templates. Like this has that kind of common sort of Pokemon, Magic the Gathering kind of, you know,
the image up here.
Yeah.
It's
too clean for us.
I do love the circle, but I don't think that it would work with our mechanics or game mechanics.
No, but it would be nice to do something in the future.
Yeah,
The circle.
I kind of like the circle cards. I don't know why they're neat.
Yeah, that's
These crafting decks are amazing and they're inspiring, but I don't think they really fit. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna totally see something in the future though. That's neat.
we got domino deck. We don't really need that yet, but maybe in a couple versions.
Exactly. After we've had enough expansions.
Right.
Oh
This is
yeah,
the
the
foil.
It's so pretty.
Love. Maybe one day. I don't know.
When we get super fancy, we have like maybe we have like VIP cards or something like really cool.
That would be cool. This is a square card. I love a square card. This just happens to be a smaller one. I don't know. It just seems a little small for me. Yeah.
Almost a little bit crowded. Well,
That's
that's a beautiful image.
Now this foil is kind of like an embossed foil.
Oh, yes,
Yeah, it's so pretty. One day.
I love
Yeah.
foil though.
This hex deck. I love this, and I feel like it would really go with our mechanics.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love a hex deck. Mint
I
10.
know, right?
Standard poker size, the small square, and then the regular square. And the regular square is of a size that it kind of matches the hex cards. So I kind of feel like it'd be pleasing. And it would kind of match our little, motif there. And of course they have the tarot deck, standard tarot size.
Yeah, baby.
And then these trading deck cards, these ones are interesting because again, they do have different kind of like templates and things, and the same with this US game deck. So
That's a little crowded.
it's a lot. Maybe not for this game. And I feel like for what we're using, I really don't want to do the, standard rectangle size. Right. So it's pretty cool. Game Crafter, they're not sponsoring this, but hi guys, love you. It's 22 cents per item. And you're getting 12 items per sheet. And then the hex deck, obviously, this would be great for our letter cards. And you can see 12 per item. So we're basically paying the same amount.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. All right, cool. So I think that we have our products, at least regarding the cards themselves. Yes. All right. Now we have to talk about packaging. And then these tuck boxes, which I'm going to go ahead and veto. I feel like they're plain.
I don't want to do what everybody else is doing because you know about that.
Yes. Now these deck boxes could be very cool, and you can even see they're using dividers and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if our game is big enough. I think that would be like a later kind of offering.
Yeah, once it's like this is like the super pack or something.
Yeah. Now this one is interesting. This large prototype box, it's kind of affordable actually, and it looks like a pizza box somehow, but I like it. You know. It's kind of cute. It looks durable. These ones here are a little bit fancier, as you can see. This one kind of has an insert. This one does not, but fancy. Very fancy schmancy. Again, mint tins, which is very great. But more importantly, VHS box. VHS box. What if this was our game packaging?
I think it should be.
Yeah.
You think of 80s and 90s, and that's exactly the style we're going for in the coloring and everything else. You know what I mean?
What if this was our thing? Because as we expand, so let's look, check it out. We could put the square cards right up here. We could put the hex cards right down here. Easy enough. And then for our next game, remember how you were talking about you wanted to do a game because you wanted to use the mint tins? You can hold 3 mint tins perfectly. So what if we got this and this was our theme for our next game too?
I love it.
All right. It really does.
With it.
Okay, so we've got our products already planned, and I think that is milestone number 4, right? Yeah, okay. Well, it looks like that's a wrap on milestone number 4, and we have our products chosen.
So now that we know what our products are going to look like with the square card and the hex card, I'm going to go ahead and combine milestones 5 and 6 together and work on a layout design. Once I get that design put together with both of those types of cards, we're going to go over to Jen's and get proofs approved so that we can send out for our prototype. And I am so excited because that's going to be the end of making the game. Let's roll on over to Jen's place.
We are proofing. Are you approving this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Right,
And we
so-
got our little, our little robots and space motif, which is so adorable. I love the colors and everything, getting them together, seeing everything together. It looks really good.
And the font for the letters is the Open Dyslexic font, so it's accessible for people.
Like me.
Yes, exactly. We want people to be able to recognize at first glance what every letter is and not get confused. So we're going to go ahead and approve this.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, next one. And you can just say yes, yay, nay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I'm going to go ahead and say that these letters are arranged in a specific way.
okay.
Okay. And here's the way. I used a random number generator with all the letters in the alphabet. And so I started with the top design
Mm-hmm.
and I just put right however they spit them out. And I did it 4 times, like completely randomly generating it every time 4 times. And then I did the same thing with the bottom.
Okay.
So the idea is these are completely randomly generated. However, I did manually come in and, like, for example, if there was an X up here and down here, I would just manually change one.
Yeah.
Or if there was like an X and a Q or a Z or another completely like ridiculous one, I would maybe change those out too. But otherwise, randomly generated so that everything is fair and yeah. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
And then this is another card that I decided, maybe we should include this with the deck. And it's kind of like an at a glance ways to play. So we've got our competitive and our casual.
Mm-hmm.
And these were play tested. And basically, if you do competitive, you are vying for points. And it's great for if you know people and you're with your friends.
Yeah.
Now, the casual, that's the way we play. Pretty much, we'll play casual.
Well, it's just to get to know each other. It's just an icebreaker game. At the same time, like if you are competitive and stuff, that you can absolutely do that with this too. But I mean, the main point of this is to like get to know each other.
Yeah.
It's just, do you want to get to know each other aggressively?
Right. Exactly.
Are you those friends?
Right. One of the competitive ways that she and I will play is that we will have to, we'll answer both of the prompts. And if you do that, then you get an extra point for the second prompt that you answer. And one of the casual ways that we'll play is we'll each draw our letter cards and swap them and answer for the other person.
Or she just puts hers on my leg and expects me to answer for her without even telling me.
That's true. Or
that happens also.
I'll just hand her my card and say, do it.
So that's the best friend version of you get pretty much do.
That's the BFF version. Oh my gosh. Well, this is exciting. So we are done proofing our letter cards.
I love it.
Oh my God. And for those of you guys that don't know, our prompt cards for the most part came specifically from our Spark book.
Yep. Everything goes along with that. It just made sense with everything, and
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's cool. I like it. I like the way they're fitting in it. Like to this, like the longer words to the side, kind of. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I think it looks neat.
I tried to like center it in such a way that even though it's not centered, it seems all right.
But it looks interesting with the shape, because the shape, it almost changes the shapes like shape. It does, because you're looking at these with the word, and then everyone's like the same shape, but then you're like, whoa, that looks like completely different.
Mm-hmm. And so, the idea is obviously if this was the card, you would have, on the red and purple side, claim to fame, and on the green to yellow side, you have dress for success, right? And let's say that you picked up this card. See? You would have to match the colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to go ahead and approve these. And as you can see, for the most part, these are also randomly generated from a list of things from our Spark book and whatnot. But I did try, if I had to go in and manually, I had to try and put in like maybe topics that were completely different from each other, sort of spiritually speaking.
Yeah.
To give people more opportunity to be like, maybe they don't want to sell themselves because they are super introverted, but because they're introverted, they could definitely talk about a staycation where they don't have to go anywhere,
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that was kind of the logic with some of these,
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yay.
This is our layout. Obviously, this is the layout. Plus, this is our proof. Like, this is what it's actually going to look like full layout
True.
file. And
Very
this
true.
is what it's going to look like when it's on the card with the rounded edges, everything. Like, this is our
I love
actual
it.
proof.
Yeah, I love a rounded edge.
Yes. Okay.
Especially when you're clumsy people and you stab yourself.
Oh my God, yes. And you don't have to worry about bending. Oh, I hate that.
I just think it looks classier like that. I think the rounded edge just looks so much classier.
I agree. And it's always nice to have rounded edges instead of, sharp edges.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't poke people in the eye.
No.
Don't do it.
All right. Well, this is exciting because this is literally like milestone 5 and 6.
That goes to the competitive version too, of like poking people in the eye, like a
Yeah,
like a ninja star.
Yeah, we don't want ninja
No,
stars.
don't use your cards as ninja stars, people.
Yes, don't do.
Well, that about does it. We have gone through all 6 milestones. We've taken our idea into a concept for an accessible visual design, accessible mechanics and gameplay, and we have finally approved the proofs.
Well, all right. This is amazing. So yeah, we have our proofs done now,
Mm-hmm.
and we are ready
That's
to.
That's 6, baby. We done.
Yeah, we done. We're ready to go to prototype. All right.
So excited. Our baby's gonna be born.
As a bit of a bonus, we've decided to include an example gameplay. This way, you get to see exactly how the cards interact with each other. We hope you enjoy it.
See, if I were to play favorite scent or never have I ever, and let's see, this is my card. This one would be the favorite scent. I would have to do P for petrichor, which is like the name for what it smells like after a rain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Best scent ever.
Oh, I think absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I love the rain period.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing.
Oh God. Yeah, absolutely. And then for never have I ever, I don't know. I might just, answer the one and be done. How about you?
Because you can.
Exactly.
Well, I agree with the P, but of course, rose. That's just one of those comforting scents. And even growing up, we always had rose bushes, and I had my own by my broom, and I got to pick my rose bush. And my rose bush was like this velvet, kind of like red, but they were like velvety, like the petals.
Ooh,
so
that's awesome.
That was my rose bush.
Oh, I love that. That's really cool. So let's say that we had claim to fame and then dress for success, and let's say this was your card. What would you do?
Claim to fame?
Either claim to fame.
Claim to fame is going to be the color, the red and purple.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I always have to check that because my brain will switch it. I'm a singer.
Yeah, you're a singer. Absolutely.
I'm a
Singer. Right. Now, would you want to go for the extra point and try the dress for success?
Sometimes these letters are like, it takes me a minute, and sometimes I get really clever with them. It just depends on the card because some of them speak to you more.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I don't know. Because then it just goes back to opera, or it goes back to, like France. There's all kinds of different Rome.
Yeah.
There's really anything.
That's true.
That kind of pings you, like either a story or something that connects to you or something you love. Like, I want to go to all those places.
Like that. That would be, you would dress as if you were there.
Well, I have, and I would like to.
Yeah. I think for me, I would take it like if I was gonna do dress for success, I think that I would be like, you know what am I actually wearing? And I would have to do F, but I would have to be silly about it, and I would have to say frock, because the idea
I'm
is
bringing a
that
frock.
I like to wear dresses, because at the end of the day, I'm too lazy to match a top and a bottom, and then also now I have two items of clothing that I've got to wash and then put away. No. So it's just one dress, which is a frock. So I would say I dress for success by using my tools, which is
And making her life simpler.
Yes, exactly. So frock would be what I would do.
Now it is time to send off for our prototype and turn this game into a reality. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey of making the game.